My name is Rochelle. I've spent the last 7 weeks working through a 12-week year with three major goals and checking in on them publicly every week, and it is time for week 7. New entry in my 12-week year. I just do a weekly check-in, add the week number, and let's look at the tactics for the week. My wrist I'm still struggling with an average of 55%. I hit exactly 100% on my YouTube goals and 125% on workshopping my musical. Let's go ahead and look at these questions and what is going well, what we're consistently accomplishing. Clearly, I don't know what I'm doing with my wrist right now when it comes to figuring out if I need more rest or if I need to put more weight on it. And I'm no longer under the advisory of an occupational therapist. I graduated from that, but I'm not to my goal yet. So I'm kind of playing it by ear, by wrist. I'm playing it by wrist. And that means a lot of figuring out what I can handle each day, trying to mess around. So even though I haven't been doing a great job tracking it, I have been feeling out what feels good and what doesn't. And I do feel significant progress. I was able to write like 2.5 pages in a journal without any sort of pain at all. I've been cross stitching again. These are all things that were not accessible to me 5 months ago. And that's really, really exciting to me because I'd kind of written off my wrist as always being hurt. It had been more than 2 years since I heard it when I finally decided to start working toward this again. And I'm really, really excited with the progress I've made. Even if I'm not knowing exactly what to do, it's still top of my mind every day. I spent a day planning my videos. This week I did it on Monday during a long car ride because Notion is on mobile and I could just look at it while we were driving and I was in the passenger seat. I have done just enough to get by on YouTube, but I am still recording a video ahead. I have a video recorded for Thursday already. I just need to edit it. So I want to be a little bit further ahead than I am, but I am finally starting to see that move onto a scheduling that is not happening the night before, which I'm excited about. And this was my hyper focus this week. This doesn't even come close to the amount of effort that I actually put into it. It says 15 minutes a day. It was, I ignored my work to work on my musical this week. We'll get into that in a minute here because the notable lag measure that I hit with my musical, again, let's just go ahead and jump into this. I have done something that I have never done before. I not only finished the melody notation for this song, but I wrote harmonies and I wrote a piano part and I played it for a friend on Saturday and it's working. I'm not a brilliant pianist when it comes to being able to play what my mind pictures and sing at the same time. And I'm really, really slow at notating, I feel like, because it took me all week to do a 4 minute song. But it sounds like how I picture it all on piano because I'm not going to orchestrate my own show, but it sounds like I picture it and I'm thrilled. Like I want to sit and celebrate that because this column here felt impossible when I made this. And I sat down last night after thinking through, okay, this took me a week. What am I going to do with 19 songs? I made a plan forward. I decided I'm going to work through one storyline at a time, and this one's hard. I've been working on that one. So I skipped ahead to this one. I looked at it. I already notated the melody. So I fixed a little bit of some errors and quantizing, I think it's called. From an early draft that I had of this, I started working on the piano for it. This is going to be my focus for the week. And if I can get back to it this one, and if that seems too hard, then we'll do Take Off Land instead. My goal is to get all of the songs that feature only Emily or Zoe to be done. And by the end of my 12-week year, not this week. I'm not that fast yet. But yeah, I did reach out to a friend. She responded. She said that she wants to read it in the next 2 or 3 weeks. I'm thrilled. This was my week. Like I said, I just hyper focused on it. I'm getting a lot faster at using my MIDI. So that is going really well. Now, my next question, if we go back to my check in, the next check in is what's not going well, what's been a struggle, and what's suffering. Again, I want to use this opportunity to talk about my wrist. And I am really struggling to figure out what the right combination of exercises is for me right now. I've been playing around with some weight bearing, like just tabletop position, trying to figure out if that feels good, making sure I'm not hurting it more because I am known to push myself harder than I should. Gymnastics kind of puts that into you as a kid, and I'm trying to do this more in a yogic way where you listen to your body and pay attention. I found a wrist rehab yoga with Adrienne yesterday. I did it. It was just an 11-minute, what she calls a quickie, that I remember I wasn't able to do the last time that I opened that video. So it was really exciting to do it, but it's still a lot of work. I can still notice a big difference between my left and right hands. But I'm going to insert a quick little montage of my mobility since December because it really is making a difference. I'm a lot closer than I was in January when I started the school. You can go into this to check in. We're holding steady here, but I had 2 watch hours again this week, which after a couple of weeks of barely hitting one, I don't know. I am trying to savor what I am getting, and I'm really excited about the people that are finding and liking my stuff. If that is you, please, please feel free to subscribe, turn on notifications, check for new videos. I really want to bring content that you enjoy. My goal here is to show what it's like to be imperfectly productive and to give some writing and word advice, bring some of my professional career onto YouTube as well so that you can access that content. And if that sounds like something you're interested in, I would love to have you here as part of the community. I filmed a video this week. I'm really excited about it. I actually didn't want to make this video as much as I want to edit my other one from yesterday. We'll be getting into some of the issues with editing with AI and ways that we can solve the deeper problems when AI diagnoses symptoms rather than the disease. So that's coming. I think it's going relatively well. I don't have any tactics I'm ready to change quite yet. My biggest mental issue right now is that I'm kind of over my goals. I think because I feel so close to done that technically speaking, I hit this. I do have more people I want to talk to, but I had a workshop. It's out for review with the contacts that mattered the most to me. I finished the libretto. I'm working on the music notation. I hosted a reading. I made changes. I reached out with a revised draft. Like, I've done this and I'm ready to do my next goal. I'm ready to make a course about how to use Microsoft Word for formatting. I'm ready to go back to a novel that has been really calling to me right now. So, my biggest struggle and what I need to do most as the next 5 weeks happen and I finish my 12-week year is to let myself commit to something. 3 months is not that long. 5 more weeks of this, 4 more weeks of this is not that long. I can do another 4 weeks of putting in the effort on these goals. And that, I think, as somebody with ADHD, my commitment, my follow through, my consistency, those are what I'm really testing here more than the goals themselves is, can I commit to myself? Can I make the changes I say I'm going to? Can I follow through on what I say I'm going to? In a meeting with some students of mine this week, I was talking about how I can question just how much I should do before it becomes foolish to keep working on things. But when I was writing about this in my journal, I realized that there's no success that falls on the sane side of foolish. Whenever I'm feeling discouraged or like I'm being foolish about my goals, I think about the video of a young Lin-Manuel Miranda being invited to the president's dinner of some kind and saying that he's going to share a song about somebody who embodies the spirit of hip hop, Alexander Hamilton, and the audience laughs at him. And now here we are at the 10-year anniversary of Hamilton becoming a sensation on Broadway. It happened on the other side of foolishness. Anything worthwhile that I'm going to accomplish in the world is on the other side of foolishness too. And that's really what I'm taking away from my week this week, is that the things that I want to do are on the other side of foolishness. And I'm here to be foolish.